Hey guys, what's up and welcome to Orchestra Audition Prep. So for those who don't know, Orchestra Audition Prep is a series of videos that each highlight one excerpt commonly found in orchestra auditions. My aim with these videos is to help you win. I want you to win your audition. To help you, I'm going to illustrate bowings, fingerings, and articulations for the excerpt. At the end of each video, you will have an edited excerpt that you can use for your audition. For those who feel skeptical about me or my qualifications, here are my credentials. 3 college degrees in violin performance, 1 from conservatory and 2 from universities. I have won professional orchestra auditions in the past and have over a decade playing both violin and viola in professional level orchestras. Another question you might have is, how do I make decisions regarding an excerpt? Great question. Due to my experience, I feel qualified to make some decisions based on intuition, but I also have a good amount of research that I do on each excerpt. I listen to recordings of professional orchestras and I watch the musicians to see what they do. What you will see is a combination of my intuition and research. So, without further ado, let's get to today's excerpt. Today's video is going to focus on the first violin excerpt from Mozart's 39th Symphony, second movement. Let's listen to a performance of this by the Frankfurt Radio Symphony Orchestra. let's dive into this excerpt. Let's start with bowings. From the beginning, we'll start on a down bow from the frog, extending throughout the slur for a whole bow. On the next slur, we're going to break it up because of the shift. So we'll start on an up bow from the tip, then do a down bow at the beginning of measure 3. We're also going to remain in the upper half of the bow for this. The 2 staccato eighth notes work out for 2 nice up bows from the tip to about halfway through the lower half before a graceful down bow on measure 4 to round out the phrase. We're going to call this phrase A because it occurs often. In fact, Mozart repeats A for a total of 4 times at the beginning of this movement, so we're going to do the same bowings each time. After the first repeat, we're going to do nice, graceful down bows for these figures, going from the frog to the tip each time. Then, at the pickup to measure 15, we're going to take these as it comes, starting up bow and staying at the tip of the bow. At measure 18 into 19, we're going to deviate from this bowing, doing 2 down bows into measure 19, so make sure you give yourself enough room in the bow to do that. Next comes A again, which takes us to the end of the exposition. After the pleasant exposition comes a stormy development. We're going to start this at the frog on a down bow, then 2 sharp ups, then a down. This figure repeats a lot, so we'll call it B. B happens again from measure 30 going into 31, then again here at measure 32 with an up bow pickup. B again with a down bow pickup into measure 33, then the up bow pickup into 34. Down bow pickup into 35, then 2 up bow pickups into 36 and 37. At 38, we finally have something different, and piano. So we're going to do an up bow pickup at the tip, then as it comes for these repeating B flats. To escape the B flats, we're going to do a double down going into measure 44. Then start measure 44 on an up bow from the tip to the middle of the bow. At measure 45, we're going to split up the slur, doing a down bow, then an up bow, with a sharp up bow pickup at the frog into 46. We're going to be in the lower half of the bow for a while here, so get comfortable. At 46 is a double up, then a down with 2 ups going into 47. We're going to call this figure C, and it repeats until measure 50. At 50, we'll do a long down bow to the tip, then an up on the B natural, down to the tip again, then up on the higher B natural. Give yourself lots of bow here to do a long down bow to the B flat at measure 53, then an up on the D natural to round out the excerpt. Now let's do the fingerings. Starting in first position at the beginning, then third position here. Shift back to first position halfway through the slur on the down bow. The next figure A is almost the same, but shift to third position here on the B flat for a comfortable perfect fifth. First position after the repeat, then first position again, but creeping up into second position on the A flat. Third position next, with lots of shifts. First position here on the G, then third here on the E, first on the C sharp, third on the E flat, first, third, first, third, first, third, first, third. Next, we will be on the same fingerings as the beginning. After the exposition, start in first position. Third position for the first figure B, then stay in third position until the C natural, where we'll briefly be in first position. Back to third on the 64th note pickups. First position next, then extended third. A quick shift to fourth position into measure 36, then the same thing a measure later. Third position at the pickup to 38 through 44. Then a shift to first position halfway through 45. Stay in first position until halfway through 48, where we'll shift to third. Back to first in measure 49, then stay in first until halfway through 51. Shift into third on the E natural in 51, then back into first on the C in 52. We're almost done, but before we conclude today's prep, I'd like to add a couple of personal touches that I enjoy. First is an open A on the downbeat of measure 35. Second is an open D at the end of measure 53. Of course, you do not need to do these, but I feel that they offer a sense of openness and a grounding of pitch. Thank you for joining me today, and happy practicing.